Going on, guys? Tony Montgomery here with TM Nutrition. Just kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about goals and training with a purpose. I see a lot of times you have guys go into the gym and, or clients of mine that I do their diet, they'll send me their workouts and I'll ask them, well, how are you going to improve on this next week? Or, is this a one day thing, or are you having a week by week template to make some progression? And a lot of times they can't answer that. They'll say that, oh no, this is just what I wanted to do today. It looked good today. But you always have to have that end game in mind, that long term goal with a bunch of short term goals leading up to it. You want to take your training into consideration as a 5 to 6 year journey, or to simplify it, maybe a 4 year journey, just like the Olympics. Every 4 years you're going to improve and peak for a really big meet. But to think that you're going to do that, in an 8 week training cycle, every 8 weeks you do another competition and you notice your total's not going up or it's going down or it may want 10 pounds, maybe you should definitely take the time to set aside different training goals and different training variables to improve on that instead of doing the same things over and over and over again. So going into each training session with a certain intent and a certain goal in mind is going to help increase your total in the next 3 to 4 years, instead of thinking, how can I increase it in the next 8 to 12 weeks? So everything should lead up to something else that's bigger in the long run. Every 1 week mini cycle should accumulate to a 4 week cycle, should accumulate to a 12 week cycle, and then you can actually start seeing a little bit more progress. And within those cycles, each day should have a certain intent, whether it's a heavy single, whether it's a volume day, whether it's a restoration day, whether it's a speed day. You need to have each of those things programmed and designed specifically for those days. Maybe not the exercise, but more so an intent of the day in order to improve drastically. You can't think about going into every meet being at your absolute best if you don't give yourself time to improve. A good example of this would be the last Olympics that came around, where Usain Bolt did a couple pre-races before the Olympics, lost. Everybody thought he was done. He wasn't going to be able to do anything, but he was just kind of practicing and not yet peaking for the Olympics. Come the Olympics, he blows everybody out of the water, and they train that way so they can peak within the end of their 4 years. Nothing else really matters in between there. Obviously, you're going to get better, but you definitely have to set your sights on a long-term goal, whether it's qualifying for RUM and putting out your best effort and being the best you can there, or even doing something big like the GPA Worlds coming up. Having these long-term goals in mind while you're doing your training and your programming will set you up for success along the road. You don't want to go into things on a day-to-day basis, because then you're never really going to be able to carry over what you're doing each and every day if you don't have that long-term vision and that long-term goal in mind. You look at some of the best guys, they've been doing this for 10, 15 plus years, and now they're just all of a sudden starting to put it all together. So that's kind of how you want to approach everything. Long-term goals, and that way you can finish strong and be at the best you want to be and not be disappointed. Until next time, guys. See you.